Charlie, Game 7, guys haven't won on the road yet. What do you have to do differently down there that you haven't done so far?
We just got to play our game. That's all. It's going to be a battle. Who wants it more? Game 7, these are the games you play for and you want to play in. So we're excited. We knew we had to come in and take one in their building, so it's a great opportunity to do that. But just play our game. That's all we got to do. We got to stick to it no matter what. If we get the first goal or not, we just stick to it, keep doing the right things, good support. A lot of stuff we did tonight, that's going to play in our favor.
Just kind of follow that up, Charlie, with the way you guys responded tonight. What did you like about that, and how do you take that into what you're trying to do in Game 7?
I mean, we were ready to go from the start. We've had some pretty decent starts in the series. I thought, we were on top of them. Neutral zone, D zone, all three zones really. Not a lot of time and space for them. Our D were pinching up. Good reloads from our forwards. Give our D, time to do that, and that's hard to play. They do it pretty well too on their end, and it's tough to play against. But we're not trying to do too much. If we get a chip it off the boards, have good support, skate onto it, so be it. You got to play that game sometimes, but especially against these guys, they play pretty well and they're pretty stingy. So a lot of talk, a lot of support, close support, being tight, and everyone on the same page, and we're able to read off each other that way.
Charlie, you guys have been so reliant on Brad, Patrice, and David throughout the series. So for you, Craig, Eric, Taylor, were you guys feeling a little bit under duress heading into tonight to produce?
You always want to help out and produce, but you just want to play the right way. That's all it is, no matter who you're playing with. Sometimes you don't know who's going to be on your wing or your centerman, whatever the case is. You just come ready to play and be yourself and do what you do well. You got to be able to do your job and do it well. And we've played together, a good chunk of this year, and we've had some pretty good spurts where we're playing good hockey and doing the right things. That's tough for a guy, and Trent Frederick coming in who hasn't played and playing a high stakes game like that. That's a tough thing to do, but he held his own, and I like when we're playing with each other. He does a lot of things well. He's a playoff type body, and we need those guys in our lineup. And we want to be a difference out there, and you can't just say, hey, we scored, we did well, or we didn't score, we played bad. We just got to bring it every shift, be solid defensively, and wear them down. And we'll get opportunities that way. If we score, we score. We know it's going to come when we do those things. But that's all it is doing our job and doing it hard.
Charlie, does Jeremy's demeanor make him kind of well suited for a Game 7 situation? Does that give you guys confidence in him going into a game like that?
I think any situation with him, he's both of them back there, him and Leaner, they're two goalies who we love having behind us, and their confidence that they have, and it makes playing in front of them easier. And we have confidence in them to make the saves that they're capable of, and they've done that all year for us. So we're excited to have them, and those are the goalies you want, especially in games like this coming up.
To get Charlie McAvoy back and then Hampus today, what does that do both for you guys on the ice and just your confidence, your belief in? It's
huge. They're two great players. Everyone knows that. They have for a number of years, even Charlie being so young still, but he doesn't play like it, Just their kind of poise back there, what they're able to do offensively, defensively, kind of everywhere on the ice, making that first pass out. We all know what Charlie's brought the last couple of years. That goes without saying. But Hampus, just him coming in, you don't really see him too much. I'm pretty. I don't want to say surprised at the way he's played. I just haven't watched him so much over the years. But he's been such a great player for us, and just how poised he is with the puck, the way he can shield and break out and enter their zone, transition that way, and make those plays. He makes some plays where you're sitting on the bench and you don't even see it, and he sees it, and while he's got the puck on his stick and body's in front of him, and he makes it look easy. Those are some. We want those guys in our lineup. They make a huge difference, and they continue to do that every time they're in.
Butchie went back to the four lines that you guys had used through the majority of this season. What do you think that meant? You kind of mentioned what it meant to you playing with Freddie and having that comfort. What do you think it meant kind of throughout the lineup? And we saw obviously more depth scoring today. And what do you think that meant in this game and also going into Game 7?
Yeah, I mean we have plenty of guys who can play in our lineup. There's going to be injuries and things happen. So it's that next man up mentality, and we have that. We have the depth. I think a lot of the lines that were there tonight, we've played together a good chunk of this year, so we're more familiar with each other. But whatever he puts up, on that board as far as lines, I think I already touched on it as, you just got to do your job no matter who you're playing with and try to create something and do it the right way no matter what. But I think, having that lineup that we had, we're more familiar with one another. I think each line, and you could tell we got contributions from a lot of different guys tonight, and and that could play into how the lines were and guys more familiar and having that chemistry already. But we're just glad we got the job done.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thanks.